Hey, folks, welcome to the Generational Gap. I'm Robert, resident Gen Xer. I'm the Gen Xer, right?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And you, that's over there. That's John, our resident millennial, for want of a better term, because asshole's not publicly acceptable.
No, we're not monetized yet. You can go with that.
Well, no, they just can't refer to your generation that way. Is the problem?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, Generation a hole. They could do that. They could go with that.
yeah. It could,
They
yeah.
could. They could.
Wasn't there already Generation A if, like, you're Gen X?
Well, I
That's,
wonder.
I
So
mean,
how what is?
presumably there's other letters.
I mean, how far back did they start counting generations back at A? Wow, we've never really looked into that.
No, we really
The
haven't.
furthest back I've ever looked is like the 1900s. I think is because yeah, I mean they were pretty well. Well, I want to say that Gen X. We were named Gen X because of
Wow.
yeah, that.
Faggot.
It was because of that. I think it was the X Games.
Is that what you think it was?
Well, that's when they started.
Jesus.
It's funny that always clicks in my head. I'm like, we're Gen X because of the X Games, because that's the
Because you
MTV.
think you're
We're
cool.
the MTV generation. We're the X Games generation. The Xbox. How's your show prep going, you wankers? Show
Our
prep.
show prep is over.
Yeah, technically this is the show, though it's going to seem a lot like prep. I'm saying.
Or maybe he's referring to our special
Oh,
episode on the 19th,
special episode on the
which was a great
19th,
transition. You
John.
should give me some credit for that. That was pretty good. Come on.
Didn't we already talk about not patting ourselves on the back?
No, we never talked about such a thing. I would never agree to that. That would never
All right.
happen.
Well, you can continue your self-aggrandizing after you make the announcement about what was it?
Oh yeah, we're doing something special on the 19th. What about Generation Next?
You're getting
Is that the
distracted.
one we're gonna skip? We're
We
gonna
can
skip that generation. Just
we
be like,
can
nope, next.
we can catch up with
Oh,
chat after the
chat. All right,
announcement, John.
fine.
This is more important.
I like the chat better than I like
Chat
you though.
be damned.
Oh,
Charity first.
oh man, I think you're about to catch these hands from the chat.
Oh, go ahead and let any of them say something bad about giving money to charity,
Maybe
especially
they
the
will.
charity we're giving to. I dare
Yeah.
anybody say anything. Kids? No. Something bad about? No. Okay, continue,
Well, it's
John.
like a 20-second delay.
Shh,
So anyway,
shh. Don't remind them of that.
oh yeah. Yeah, so 19th from noon to midnight, Eastern Standard Time. I imagine we're not in daylight savings time anymore, right? I don't know. Either
It's
way, we're
just
doing
either
a
way. It's going to be EST. I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
So we're doing a
that doesn't really change.
but doesn't it change to EDT during daylight time? I don't know.
No,
Anyway,
John.
we're doing a 12-hour stream for charity for St. Jude's Hospital. It's gonna be pretty sweet. Pretty excited about it. Gonna have some awesome people on, especially our J. Edgar, very own J. Edgar.
Is he
We
ours?
yeah, we own him now.
That EDT crap is stupid midget. Is EST?
It is stupid, but
It's fuck them. They can kiss
now he's
my
getting distracted by the chat.
they can kiss my EDT ass. Anyway, go ahead, please. You were speaking about our J Edgar.
Our J. Edgar
Yes.
is gonna be debating our very own Robert from the Generational Gap about guns and gun control. So that's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a whole bunch of other guests as well, popping in and out as they please or as we allow them. And yeah, gonna be a lot of fun. We have GoFundMe set up, should be in the description, so long as Robert did his job.
I didn't.
I honestly didn't check.
Good to see that you've got my back there,
Yeah,
pal.
I mean, you
Thanks,
can always add it.
pal.
Look, you can always add it right now while I'm
It's in
talking.
there, John. John,
All right then, there you go. How much did J. Edgar cost? Not as much as you would think.
right?
It was pretty much like a bowl of soup and a beer. It's really all it
But
cost.
in his defense, because of the cameras he's got hidden about his room, I think he kind of gets his own. He gets his own trade off.
Fair enough. Yeah.
He gets his own trade-off.
So yeah, Jake from Freedom Scoop in the chat. We need to have you on sometime, man. Hit us up on Twitter. Let us know when you're available, especially if you're available for the 19th. Love
Yeah,
to have you.
that would be fun. Pop in for a bit.
Hell yeah. So we have on our GoFundMe there. That's in the description down below. We have a goal of $1,000. I think it's a
Oh,
pretty ambitious goal,
go ahead, tell him, Joe.
but
Tell him. Oh, I'm
but
excited.
if we do reach the $1,000 goal, I will shave this glorious beard live on the air to baby butt smooth, completely gone, which hasn't happened in over a decade.
And the mustache.
And the mustache, everything. Everything right here, sideburns, neck beard,
Now, John,
this, whatever this goatee part,
that's some
all of it.
pretty serious shit.
Yes.
That's because when it's all said and done, I don't know if things roll out right. $1,000 is not that much.
It's not that much, and I'm already putting 100 in, so I'll
So
already be a tenth of the way there.
what if we only make 500?
Well, if we only make 500, I will draw Muhammad live on the air.
Now,
Prophet
you
himself.
say, are you a good artist?
No. No, I'm not.
Now, between the two of us, there's only one of us that could draw him from memory. So, you're young. I mean, how do you know what he looks like? I mean,
I'll draw my my depiction of him. It'll be inspired
is it going to be a
by the
stick?
Prophet
Is it going to be
Muhammad.
this little stick guy that you use in Hangman?
Probably.
Look at Midget. I wouldn't pay $1,000 to see your shaved arsehole.
Yeah, he would pay like 5,000. Come on.
Wait, Jagger said
Make
1,500.
1,500 and his
Wait,
beard goes too.
wait,
But I think
hold it.
that's not
He
much
does.
of a sacrifice for him.
Does he have a beard?
He does now, yeah. If you've watched his most recent
Did I see?
videos.
Yes. Okay, so yeah, it's
But it's not nearly
it's
as
new.
glorious
It's almost like me
and
saying, I
luxurious
tell you
as my
what, if
beard.
we make $1,000, I'll attempt to grow a beard.
That'll be funny. Watch it all patchy and shit.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
that'd
a
be
sight to
amazing.
see. I'll tell you what.
So yes, this beard is for sale.
Now,
1,000.
I'm tempted to say that at 250. I had a great idea when we were talking about this off mic. I like it,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna reduce it to 10. But if when we hit our $250 mark, uh, John is going to have to list 10 positive things about AOC, and her
Ooh.
anatomy cannot factor in.
What? That is not fair.
Oh, now it's
That is
tough.
not fair.
10
Oh,
positive
I
things
shouldn't
to
have told
say
you my
about
plan.
AOC.
I shouldn't have told you my plan beforehand then. Oh man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Jake from Freedom Scoop. And I'm gonna call you that the entire time, by the way. You are not Jake. You are Jake from Freedom Scoop forever. It's like a Tribe Called Quest. You have to say the whole thing. You can't just call him Quest. Like it's a Tribe Called Quest. It's Jake from Freedom Scoop.
Right? I hated when they did that with Electric Light Orchestra, and they were just calling them ELO. I'm like, no, that's the Electric Light Orchestra. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
granted,
says fair enough.
it's hard to say whenever you're whacked out on poppers and acid
Yeah.
back in the day listening to them, but it was the Electric Light Orchestra.
Yeah, you still can't even do it. Your brain is fried,
right,
man.
right? See? But that's why they
got-
did. That's why they just call them ELO, man. Just
Come
call
on,
them
man.
ELO. Just say ELO. It'll be easy.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's a seawall. Seawall didn't hear the announcement. You'll have to,
Who's?
yeah.
Do we know him?
We do know a seawall.
Oh, good.
At least
good.
one of them.
He. Wait, that walk is familiar. There it is. Yeah.
Call him Scoopy Scoops.
Scoops.
I don't know if I want to call him Scoopy Scoops.
That's a little bit. That's almost
Scoop
like
Dog. I like that one.
Scoop
That's
Dog.
better. Scoop Dog.
Yeah, Scoopy Scoops is kind of an intimate term, isn't it? What's up,
Yeah,
Scoopy Scoops?
I don't know him intimately yet. Yet.
Only
You
know him
Jake
as
did my
Jake from Free.
podcast, all right, and I only know him as Jake from Freedom Scoop. Yeah, exactly. He's Jake from Freedom Scoop.
Two Scoop Jake.
Scoop Jake, I like it. That's good. So, yeah, we're also looking for a $750, uh, threshold. I guess I don't know what do we call it. Not challenge, but
Well, no,
maybe a
just
challenge, but
just
some kind
just a
of
goal.
fun.
A goal. It's a
Yeah,
goal.
some kind of fun thing to
Right.
do at 750.
Right. How
So we
else?
got 250, we got 500, and we got 1,000, but we need something for 750.
How?
So if anyone has any ideas, that would be awesome because we suck at ideas.
Ooh.
What's that?
Rewrite the Bill of Rights.
That would take way too much time.
10 right. Just start with just the first 10 amendments, like it was. Well, that was 10 commandments. Yeah.
Well,
We don't.
the
We don't
Bill of
want you
Rights
setting
was
commandments.
10.
Yeah. What if we? How about you rewrite the 10 Commandments? Rewrite the 10 Commandments for present day.
That could be fun.
That could be fun.
That could be really fun. Yeah, maybe we'll do that.
That. Hey, we just found a way to eat up some time on the show. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
there's a
right.
there's a there's a bit we could do for a little while right there. Rewrite the 10 Commandments for present day.
Hmm.
I did. Oh, and
That would be
I've got
interesting.
to give a shout out to Jay Edgar on something.
Oh
I
shit.
think it was Jay Edgar that wasn't it?
Oh,
Yeah,
you're not even
that
sure?
that called me out Friday on Ash Wednesday, and
Oh yeah,
realized
it was
Ash
him.
Wednesday just happened, right?
Yeah,
Far from me. So anyway, what was great was thou shalt not use thy selfie stick
agreed.
selfishly, no less.
No, not at all. Don't
Uh,
use a selfie stick. I will. If I
uh,
find you using a
hold
selfie
on,
stick in public, I will beat you with it.
hold on. Well, in
Don't do
public,
it.
but there's some things that are done with
Well,
those
I
in
mean, if you're
private that I'm a big fan of. They don't
right,
have
but I
to be at
mean,
such awkward angles to get the
yeah,
spread
I don't care
eagle.
what you do in your own bedroom. Just don't let me see it
Well,
in public.
it's the sharing. It's the sharing because sharing is caring, and the selfie stick makes things so much easier to.
Yeah, but it's not about the result of the selfie stick. It's seeing people walking around with a selfie stick that just gets under my skin.
John, you're gonna have to accept this new reality.
No, I refuse. I'm a crotchety old man already.
Anyway, Jay Edgar called me out on Ash
He
Wednesday,
did.
but I had what was awesome about it was I realized that I have so completely divorced myself from Catholicism, being raised as a Catholic. I've
Hmm.
divorced myself from that whole mentality enough that I'm actually forgetting how it works.
Yeah.
I am. Thank you for helping me see that and realize that I've reached that point. That makes me feel good. It's
Yeah.
there was a because the brainwashing that goes on when you're a kid is pretty fantastic. Thou shalt not
Yeah.
speak of thy veganism. There's a good one.
That is a good one. So yeah, we'll definitely have the chat help us out, but that's
That
of course
thou
if we
shalt
make it to 750. But I don't think we're going to. That's why I think my beard is safe. Just saying.
thou
I
shalt
think the
not
chat
take
has no balls.
thou
That's all.
shalt not take the word organic in vain.
That's gay.
No, I'm tired of organic shit. I think it's the dumbest thing I've ever fucking heard. You can't raise anything organic.
I don't know if that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard because I've heard a lot of dumb shit.
You can't raise anything organically, not by the idea that they're trying to sell with it. You just can't.
Right.
You
Yeah.
just can't. It's impossible. I know how much shit is in our atmosphere rains down from the clouds.
You know what my
But
favorite is though? Is organic salt. That's my
right,
favorite.
it makes me want to smack my head against a concrete wall until I
Yeah.
hear
It's like how the hell
a
does that
wet
work?
slapping sound. Hopefully, I'll stay conscious long enough to hear the wet slapping sound just to really
Yeah.
top off my frustration.
I'm waiting for the organic free range salt. That's gonna be really nice once they finally let them out of the cages.
So this was interesting. Uh, dozen eggs come into the house, go into the refrigerator. They're these awesome free range brown eggs and this, that, and the
Mm-hmm.
other thing, right? Okay, great. This is great for everybody, health and environment, whatever. And then
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
opened the package and it's not made out of one might expect recycled materials in a carton like you see a lot of eggs.
Hmm.
No, this is in a plastic, like a petroleum based plastic container. Not only are the eggs in their little carriage, the dozen little pockets, but you open the top and there's a second inner top that opens up. So it opens up suicide door style. And I'm like, so you use this much petroleum based plastic to sell a dozen healthy organic eggs.
Yeah,
You guys are awesome.
that is awesome.
Thank you. Thank you for
You ever
saving
gotten
the fucking
a
planet.
two yolk egg?
Yes. We used to get them all the
Yeah,
time when I was growing up on it. We raised chickens where I grew up, so we had a bunch of chickens and we get them all the time.
yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah, and I know what that's from
What is it
because
from?
every once in a while, if you were out there at night, you could hear them in the coop.
Hmm.
They were having gangbangs.
Oh yeah,
So
oh yeah, free range gangbang. Fuck yeah.
I find free range chicken tastier than the factory farm stuff since it is us leaning.
Is that U.S. leaning maybe?
I don't do it for ethical reasons. I do it to get tastier meat.
Meat, I imagine. We know Sewell can't type, so
So I wonder if he's referring to the fat content, a better flavor, leaner. It's leaner
leaner,
meat.
leaner.
Yeah, I can agree with that to a certain extent. But of course, I say that having grown up on a farm where, we fed our chickens corn. We fed them things that were coming out of our vegetable garden. Um, and they would get but they would be fatty. We would raise them till they were nice and plump. We would overfeed them so they would get big. Um, but they were good and they were healthy and all that. I like a fatty chicken though because it gives it so much more flavor. But I'm also
Hmm.
partial to eating the skin, which is a big no-no for the old cholesterol count, right? So
Yeah.
I've been to places where you could actually sit down and they'll just bring you a plate full of fried chicken skin,
Oh my God, sounds awesome. At
right?
first,
It's
at
it's.
first.
I mean, it's not any different than the concept of pork rinds, right? But still,
Yeah, that's so. Yeah,
it's the
it's
same.
not
It's
good
the
for the
same.
old.
Neither one is.
Yeah.
They're exactly the
Mm.
same thing, except the chicken isn't quite as puffed as the pork rinds get. Grass-fed beef is very tasty, and I have to agree. But I now with Seawall on this, grass-fed beef is very tasty. Yes, it is.
Hmm.
But I grew up. Well, that's what you had. You had grass-fed beef. We had 5 acres out behind, and Mr. Ballard ran all his cattle on that, and so we would buy beef from him when it was time. So we'd always have a side of beef or a whole cow in the freezers, and yeah, that's some good meat. But
Hmm.
yeah, now it's the problem I think with cows is the stuff that they put in there to keep the mushrooms from growing in their shit.
Yeah, that's wrong on two levels.
Right? I think it's
Yeah,
affecting the flavor of the meat
and it affects my high.
and the high that I want to have after I get done eating. I mean, come
That's
on
right.
now.
Come on, man.
I kid you not, John.
Stop shroom blocking, bro. Come on.
I'm going to flash back to the good old days once again. Well, I say the good old days. It was horrible, but we had this big garden to take care of. Like it was about an acre of all this shit growing. So we had to fertilize it, and instead of going and spending money, we had a whole 5 acres out back to gather cow and horse shit from
Hmm.
Mr. Ballard's stock. So we go out there, and I didn't know this at the time. I had a very repressed childhood. I didn't know a lot about the outside world at all, right?
Hmm.
And go out there and you have to kick if you couldn't immediately tell that the cow patty was dry enough to pick up, you had to kick it to see before you stuck your hand down there to pick it up because you didn't want to get
Yeah.
wet shit all over you.
Yeah.
I shit you not, John. I could have been a millionaire at this time had I just known that all of those fucking mushrooms I was seeing all day long were something to talk about.
Well, yeah.
Just all day long, you'd see mushrooms in it, and you'd toss the mushrooms out. You just kick them out of the shit unless you didn't see them, and then they would wind up in the garden fertilizing stuff. Never knew. Didn't have a fucking clue.
That's awesome.
The whole time I was there up until I was like 14 and a half years old. Never knew mushrooms were a thing.
You want to hear something disgusting? Our very own Midget B used to eat the mushrooms right out of the patty. It's fucking gross.
Actually, it's quite clean.
No, I refuse to believe that.
I mean, think
I
about
refuse to
it.
believe that. That's disgusting.
The only thing that comes out of a cow's ass that's just
Shit.
eating in a pasture is grass. It's
I don't
nothing but
care.
grass.
I don't care. That's disgusting. But yeah, no, we used to go out there with like those little plastic Walmart bags and stuff. And he'd just be like, "Oh, here's a good one." I'll just yeah. No,
That's
thank you.
that's real man shit.
I guess I'm not a real man because fuck that. No, thank you.
What are you gonna do? I mean, did you bring water to wash your own, or did you
No,
just
no, no, no.
wait?
We,
Were
we
you a big baby and you waited?
no, no, no. We took him back to the house and boiled them, and then made Kool-Aid with them.
Well, right, but see, he was already buzzing by the time he got back to the
Yeah,
house, probably.
he was. Yeah,
Yeah, see, you were behind,
that's fine. I'll wait.
lagging. See, midget knows what's up. Every once in a
Yeah.
while, he surprises me.
Yeah, but like it was nothing because I mean they're disgusting tasting too. And he would just be like, "How?"
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, you don't take the time to taste them. You just put them in a swallow. Put them in a swallow. Let your stomach do the rest of the work.
That's nasty. Not a fan. No, thank you. Hashtag baby Johnny. That's fine.
Right?
You can call me what you want. My tongue is clean.
The Unibaby.
The Unibaby.
Get your
Like it.
hoodie. Get your onesie. You
My
get you a
onesie.
onesie with a hood. You can be the Unibaby.
That actually sounds comfortable as fuck, though.
Why is it we don't wear footed pajamas into adulthood? Man, I mean, there are so many
Hmm.
times where I'm like, I want to have socks on, because your heat escapes from your feet and your head, right, and your hands. But your feet are a great place to lose heat. I'm like, oh, I gotta go put socks on. But it would be so much nicer if I just went and got. I guess they're out there. It's just why don't we buy them? I guess.
See, I'm always the type who, like, I get all the way under the blanket except for my head and one foot. I got, like, the exhaust foot that sticks out so that, like, I
I do
lose
that a
the
lot.
heat. Yeah, so
That's
there you
how you
go.
know you're getting older, John.
And yes, see, well, I know that I brush my teeth with a toothbrush that contains fecal matter, but I don't see the fecal matter, so
So
it
as long
doesn't
as
really
you don't
affect
know
me.
what we're doing to your toothbrush,
Right,
you're
exactly.
good.
Right, exactly. As long as I don't know. That's what it is. It's just knowing that fucks me up.
Have you ever seen the movie Waiting with Ryan
Yes.
Reynolds?
Yeah.
They do some fun stuff with food in that one.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah. So you're okay with eating some of that shit they put out in that restaurant, as long as you don't
Well,
know?
no, because I'm not a piece of shit to the people who handle my food.
That's not what I
So,
ask you, John.
well, they only do that
Maybe
to
they were
people who
just
they don't
having a
like.
bad. Maybe they're just having a bad day. But as long as you don't know, you're good.
Well, obviously. I mean, if I don't know, how can I know, right? How can I be mad at something I don't know about?
I don't know. I think. I don't know. God, some of the stuff they were doing, I'm like, you just have to be able to taste it. And she was all like,
Yeah.
"This is really tasty."
Ugh, yeah. It
Some nasty shit happened to that food.
was really the only good thing Dane Cook ever did was be in that movie. I'm trying to think of other things he's done. No,
Who, Dane Cook?
Dane Cook, yeah.
Good? Yeah, no. I'm not even a
He's
big
like,
fan of his stand-up.
I'm not either. He's like the Nickelback of stand-up comedy.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I've had that thought. You know who I wish would do more stand-up? One of my favorite stand-ups, Howie Mandel. He used to do
Howie Mandel, yeah.
he used to do good stand-up. Good stand-up.
I heard he's an asshole though. Like if you met him in person.
Well, it's the germophobia thing. He comes off as an asshole
Mm,
because he
yeah.
doesn't want anybody touching him, and everybody wants to touch him.
Right. Well,
It's
that's what
like,
happens when you're famous.
right?
Yeah. People.
It's hard to walk around with a bubble when you're a celebrity.
Yeah. That's fair.
Have you ever seen The Boy in the Plastic Bubble?
Yeah,
Have you really?
yeah,
Like
I
the
have. Yeah.
original with John
The
Travolta
original.
from back in the
No,
70s?
no, I haven't seen that.
Dane Cook equals dollar store Ryan Reynolds. Very well put, J. Edgar. Props.
Yeah, I can see
Props.
that.
There's the props.
I
Um,
still think the Nickelback of stand-up comedy is the is a
it's
more
not a
apt
bad one.
description.
It's not a bad one. I think they
Yeah,
both work. For
yeah.
movies, J. Edgar is right on the spot. For stand up, you're on the spot. See? You're.
No, is there anything that Dane Cook ever starred in?
Yes. Look up Dane Cook. You'll see he's been in a lot of stuff.
I'm
Uh,
sure. Yeah. Apparently, Rachel totally has. I'm guessing seeing the boy in the plastic bubble or whatever you were saying it was.
yeah,
Bubble boy.
did. Well, yeah, there was a movie from back in the 70s. It was called The Boy in the Plastic Bubble, and it was John Travolta, and he was a kid that was like, you know, everything, every germ out there could kill him, right? So he had to stay in a
Hmm.
sterile environment, and it was a big plastic ball, like a hamster ball, he had to be in, and it was this whole movie, and it's like, okay, that's just really weird. But it was set in the present time and the whole 9 yards, like this was a totally normal thing, and I'm like, I've never seen someone in a ball rolling around.
Right, like a hamster.
But I'm like, I'm also in a small town, right? three
Yeah.
thousand people total in the town, and I'm like, maybe there's a bunch of people in balls in the big city. Maybe this is more
They
common
just
than one would think.
they just make them all live in one town together.
Right.
So they just roll around in the streets and bump into each other. Have you seen those balls you can do that with? Like in I think it was a New Zealand thing. Which, by the way, fuck New Zealand right now. But either way, there's like those big bubbles that you get into. You roll around and like jump on each other, and
Well, they have.
jump in the water with them and stuff like that.
You can see that at the little carnivals and fairs that come around throughout Orlando. They have those where you get in. Sometimes it'll be races where you're racing in the balls, and
Mm.
sometimes it'll be bumper balls because
That
they.
sounds like fun.
Yeah. It's kind of a common thing now.
Hmm.
You should get
I don't know.
out more.
No, that sounds scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just stay right here.
It's almost like you coming in late on like the samurai suit battles, or the not the samurai, but the
Wow,
whatchamacallit. You
wow.
know what I'm saying? We're the big fat guy. Sumo.
This
Uh,
sumo suit.
yeah, the sumo
Yeah,
suit battles.
yeah, that would be fun too. But I feel like you would get a lot of like neck jerking going
It
on when you
seems like it
hit
would. It seems like, yeah. At a certain point,
a lot
like
of
I don't know
whiplash.
that I think I could do it at this point in time. I'm like,
Oh,
I don't know how I would
that's
react if I got
true.
turtled on my back. It's gave the
It-
balls touch, bumper balls.
it's true. It is gay if the balls touch, and if there's eye contact as well.
Right.
As long as those two criteria aren't met, though, not gay.
It's funny. My wife grows a lot of plants, and one of the ones she grows is a milkweed plant, and it's called a hairy balls plant.
That's right.
Right,
Yeah, I've seen
right.
those. Yeah,
Some people refer to it as a balloon plant, but the
it's
most
hairy
common name
balls.
is hairy balls because it's got these little soft spines that come off of the ball, which is a seed pod. So it puts
Mm.
out flowers, and then it makes these big balls full of seeds. And
Full of
so
seeds.
so my next door neighbor is very old. She's soon to be 98, I think.
Holy shit.
Yeah. But her sister was over. I was out front doing some stuff in the yard. Her sister, which, I'm guessing in her 70s, 80s, somewhere in there, she comes over and she's asking me about these plants. And it's just awkward to have to tell someone. When you're dealing with someone from that generation, the World War II generation or more,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, that's well, a lot of people call it a balloon plant. But
You should
then
just
a
leave it
lot
at
of
that.
people also know it as hairy balls. God's gift to, I'm upper class, high society. God's gift to ballroom notoriety. What is that? Wait, upper class, high society. God's gift to ballroom
Is
notoriety.
that Ballroom Blitz? Not 100%. I don't know.
No,
I don't think it is. Now that I'm
no,
going over the song in my head, I don't think it is.
no.
But you know what plant I like the most in your little backyard garden there? That one that smells like buttered popcorn.
The popcorn cassia.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? What combination? Oh, AC/DC fuckheads. We're fuckheads, that's true.
Mm.
Huh.
Sorry. I have a
Yeah.
lot of information in my head, and keeping up with song lyrics just
Big balls, yeah.
fell off
True.
the list. It fell off the list.
Fair enough, J. Edgar. You got us.
Big balls.
But yeah,
Very
no, there
nicely
really is a
done.
plant. It smells just like buttered popcorn. It's pretty
Yes.
ridiculous. Like when Robert first told me that, like I thought he was fucking with me and that I was gonna go smell it. And it would smell disgusting. But no, it smells exactly like buttered popcorn.
What's interesting is she's been getting some different herbs, and there's been a lot of, I'm sure a lot of it's hybridization, but basil plants. Like she has a lemon basil, so it smells both like lemon and basil when you rub it. There's a chocolate basil,
Yeah, nice.
basil
Fuck
with a
yeah.
chocolate scent to it, but she's got some lemon thyme and there's another thyme that with a funky smell, some different mints, but these different plants that have these smells. It's very unusual. She had another one that I just smelled recently that smells like oranges, but it's got nothing to do with citrus. I mean, it's not even a fruit bearing, it's just a flowering plant. Um,
The thing about those
but
is
the
that
popcorn
they're
cassia, yeah, that's some
yeah. I was
good.
gonna say because those are natural scents. Buttered popcorn is not.
Yeah, no, it's,
So that's why I think that's more interesting, just
and
because,
it,
like,
right.
these other ones exist in nature already.
But see,
I mean,
isn't that odd that like yeah,
oh, dude.
so I begin to want I don't know without looking into the history of the plant if someone manufactured it to be like that, but I don't know how you could do
I
that.
had to have.
I mean, I understand how they
So,
do it with jelly bellies, but I couldn't see how you'd be able to do it with a plant like that.
so
That's
here's
just
a fun concept, though. J. Edgar says his garden is cooler. His garden eats stuff. So, who do you think would win, Robert? Your garden or J. Edgar's garden?
as
If they
far as
fought, if they were to have a fight,
oh, there would be there mine would win hands down.
but his eats stuff. Does yours eat
Yeah,
stuff?
but see, yeah, we've got a pond to drown things in, and we've
That's
got
true.
a variety of plants that, whether singularly or combined, can make some of the most toxic substances known to man. Um,
Nice.
right, and disguised as tasty, beautiful, edible things.
Hmm.
So, um, ours is the silent killer.
All right. Well, the hairy balls are in your court, J. Edgar. What you got?
You know,
Because that
uh,
sounds pretty good.
and we're certified. We're licensed to kill.
That's true. Yeah, you guys have all that kind of certifications and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of butterfly sanctuary bullshit.
Certified wildlife habitat.
Yeah, that too. That's like really gay though. Like you're
Is
lucky
it?
you're married to a woman
No,
because otherwise that'd be really gay.
it's a very eco-friendly thing to do. Like
Right, gay.
we do our part to offset our footprint
Right, gay.
because bees are dying, and if they
You
all
know,
die out,
Robert,
I'm just
Robert,
saying you don't want the
Robert,
bees to die.
Robert.
Yeah,
It's okay to be gay.
I
It's okay.
understand that.
We accept you, Robert.
My wife is
It's okay.
glad that I'm hetero gay.
You are. You are hetero gay.
Hmm.
I think J. Edgar's scared. He hasn't answered about his garden. How his garden can defeat yours.
Maybe he's typing it up. Maybe he's got a
Was he
he's got
writing a
a new
novel?
approach. Maybe. Hey, there's a lot
Hey,
to
you'll
talk
edit
about
it.
with a garden. There's a lot to talk about with a garden.
Oh god, I couldn't imagine a worse hell. Just
What?
two dudes talking about their garden for hours.
You know what?
Jesus, oh my god, just shoot me.
You know what though?
Oh no.
You've seen what can happen in our yard. It's really nice. The plants and
Yeah, it's
everything. And
cool.
if you sit out there, like we have literally sat outside and seen 50 butterflies flitting around, dozens upon dozens of bees, birds, hummingbirds, the whole nine yards, just in our backyard. The kind of stuff that you would see at sanctuaries and aviaries, things like this. I have 44 Cape sundew, 9 Venus flytraps, 5 butterworts, a tropical pitcher plant, and a North American pitcher plant. That's pretty
Does
cool.
that beat yours? I don't know anything about those other than they eat stuff.
I have a
Some of them do.
I have a let's see. I have a mulberry bush.
A what?
A mulberry bush. You go
Is there
round it. And you
I was
go.
gonna say, is there a monkey and a weasel? The monkey chasing the weasel? I
It
think.
costs extra, but you know. Um,
Fair enough.
well, we have. I think
I'll have to pay that sometime. I want to see it.
we have a we have a couple of handfuls of different hibiscus. About, let's see, what else have we got? Like flowers and beautiful
Oh, I'm
stuff.
sorry.
No,
All of
no,
them eat stuff.
all of them eat stuff. Well, I can. I tell you what.
Oh, dude, Seawall's pulling out the Flammenwerfer. He's gonna verf some Flammen.
Want to see how I garden? Nice. I'll tell you what. I'll make this concession. If your garden can eat our garden, there,
Well, yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out here, right?
but his garden can't because all of those plants eat insects. Our garden is
That's
not made
true.
up of insects. Our garden
There's a
is
lot of
made up.
insects that are in the garden, though.
My sycamore tree alone will drop more limbs off in the spring than is would be necessary to smash all of his garden plants.
Oh, shoot.
That
Shit
thing,
talk
I don't
getting
understand
crazy.
why in the spring it just starts kicking limbs that it doesn't want anymore from after winter, right? It's like, I'm done with this one. And it's like you look up, whoa, here comes some sycamore. But
Ah,
I tell you what, I'll tell you what. If I've got,
tell you what.
we've got passion vine, we can grow you a new
Oh
fence
my god.
in one season. A fence, like a privacy fence. See there he is.
No, it's
Our
more
garden.
fun. No, Mortal Kombat. We need Mortal Kombat.
Now Seawall says his garden tools. Now, the
I
question
don't need
is, do you
garden
have
tools.
garden tools because you garden, or do you have garden tools because you destroy vegetation?
I'll do one better. All I need is a pair of gloves. I'll destroy both your gardens.
What if I told you there were things in this garden you wouldn't be able to just take care of with gloves? You would actually have to get
Well,
somebody
like a
to take.
tree or a
Yeah,
tree
there's
or something.
some
Yeah, I
of our
mean,
castor plants have turned into castor trees. Like I've tried to get some of this stuff out of the ground, and I'm like, okay, go get me a shovel. We're gonna have to dig this thing out.
it
I mean, it's getting to that point. Some of the stuff that's been there for almost 2 years, they're pretty
would still
sad.
be almost unrecognizable.
Yeah. But do you think my wife would let that? Do you think? I mean, come on.
I didn't say I was going to fight your wife.
Oh well,
I would never.
she's not going to fight you either. That's why she has guns. It's not going to be a fight. She's just going to drop you
Yeah,
before the first bud falls.
I could probably get a couple of plants before that happens.
Yeah, you might.
Probably get two or
You might.
three.
I'll let her know that you're going to keep an eye on it. Next time
Yeah.
John comes over, watch out.
She'll just be sitting on the back porch with the gun in her hand, on a rocking chair, just smoking a cigarette without touching it, just in her lips. Just that boy better not show up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I think like if if the apocalypse happened, you know, this would this would be like where the next jungle started from.
Start just taking over.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just the craziness. But I love it, man. It's fun. It's very relaxing to just sit out there and enjoy it because we're getting close to finish with a lot of different areas. Like the front yard is almost done, and from how we want to have it set up. But you know,
Yeah.
in the backyard we're getting close. But it's really nice to sit out there because it's just like new shit that happens all the time. You just never know what's going to surprise you, what you're going to see suddenly. It's going to show up in your fucking yard in the middle of a fucking city. That's what
Yeah.
I love about it the most. Is
Right.
being in this urban area that we're in, and it's like, you know, I can expect nature to come calling.
Yeah.
Fortunately, not like bears and shit. It would be
Seawall
like
says,
Fallout 76, but less shooting. If
yeah,
Abraham.
you said if the apocalypse happened, we should all try and meet up.
Oh,
I don't
absolutely.
know.
Well, okay, so here's a
Don't we all
question
live kind
for
of far away from each other? That'd be a pain in the ass.
you.
And it would be like Fallout 76, but less shitty. But the graphics would be better.
What's going to be your first
But I think it'd still
destination?
be pretty buggy.
Oh,
There's no save points either.
what's going to be your first destination if an apocalypse happened? What would be your first destination?
Hmm. Probably probably storage units. Because everyone and their mother is going to go to Walmart or like Gander Mountain or something like that. So
I've
those are going to be mobbed.
I've considered
Storage units are the best when you pop the lock, open it up, nothing in there. Okay, good. Move on to the next one.
I've
You
cons-
can go quick.
I've considered manufacturing sites or
Hmm.
distributors. Like in the warehouse districts and stuff.
Oh
So,
yeah, I mean I can go to my job,
looking up
get tons of
like
food.
weapons distributors, things like this,
Oh
where
well,
they're
yeah.
shipping weapons
I
in,
was
and they've
saying
got them.
food.
Well, food. Then I'm also thinking things like grocery, like Publix or Walmart distribution center. You go to some place like that where you've got freezers and stuff, so you just got to get power onto the building, and
Yeah.
if
Well,
it's
see, at
not
my
there,
job we have generators, so the generator will last for a couple of days with the fuel that it has. So I mean, you can hang out there,
or
for a couple of days.
do you expect that there's enough people left that you just need to pack a fucking bag, grab a fucking gun, and head
Yeah, I mean, obviously
somewhere
you want to be able to collect your
unpopulated?
shit and leave.
Train
Yeah, train
tracks,
tracks. Great
yes,
idea. Yeah,
definitely want
yeah,
to have
we don't.
train
Yeah,
tracks nearby, and a car with no no tires,
no. Yeah,
just
just
the
the rims.
rims, nothing
Oh
but
my
rims.
god.
Yeah. There's a few cars that'll fit that, like a Lincoln and stuff like that. Some of those bigger cars from back in the 80s, 70s, 80s,
Jesus.
90s. I think those have the right wheelbase. I stay right the fuck where I am. Yeah, but you know what? I don't know. You know, I
I
guess
couldn't. I would have
it
to
all
move.
depends
I
on
would
what.
have to move. I couldn't. I couldn't stay in one spot and wait for doom. I'd have to just. I want to move. There's no way I would want to just sit. I couldn't do it.
Well, I guess it depends on how total the population wipeout is. That's one thing, right?
Well,
You
it's
know,
also assuming
or
that you survive. Yeah.
or what kind of apocalypse it is. So is it going to be something biochemical where everybody's fucking batshit crazy like 28 days later?
Mm.
Or is it going to be people dead? Is it, I mean, there's some variables there,
Yeah.
that are going to really factor in because, like, why the fuck stay put if 99.982,000% of the population is dead? Is that a number?
About a 2x4 car train with solar panels and additional batteries. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of work. Wouldn't want to do all that. See, well,
Uh,
J. Edgar can farm, purify water, and he has guns. I mean, that's a
Okay.
great start.
So my question would be: are you in an urban or not rural rural. I hate
Era.
the word rural because
I hate that word
it
too.
screws up the next
Rural.
word.
Yeah,
You get rural right, and you screw up the next word.
yeah. It sounds really
Are
stupid.
you in a
It says
rural
a
area?
rural.
I know how to build a generator
All
and
right,
make
J.
candles.
Edgar.
Do you use the generator to make the candles? He's in a rural. He's in one of
Rural.
those. He's
Rural.
into sticks. And Seawall's in the semi sticks.
Semi sticks. The shorter sticks.
Right. He
Oh
drew the short straw.
God.
I grew up
Yeah,
in the.
I'm a pretty sparsely populated area as well.
Who?
The town that I'm in, it's not that big. Not a lot of people
You would be
around.
considered urban,
Ah,
suburban at best,
suburban, yeah.
but you've no because you've got so much commercial around you. That whole corridor that runs right up the road from you is. I mean, that's all mostly commercial,
Yeah.
and a lot of traffic through there because of the one town on one side
One town on the other,
and
yeah. It really makes like a
everybody
toilet bowl.
passing through.
Like it really makes like a toilet bowl shape. Like
Yes.
that U bend,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, I would consider you more urban. In Boise, Idaho, I has all the taters.
It's true. I could use some of those taters. Mmm. Gotta have a good spud.
So, what is
Good
the
old
apocalypse
spud.
going to be, John? What do you think it'll be?
Um,
What will the next apocalypse be?
yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. Probably an EMP. That's my guess.
When was the last time we had any kind of biological weapon scare or conversations? Like, have we just assumed that everything's gone quiet on that? That nobody's working on any, nobody's messing with it, everybody's being good? See, nuclear. I hope it's not nuclear because then we're all
Yeah, that would
kind of
suck.
pretty well fucked.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, that
know,
would suck. Like,
because
let's not do that, guys. Come on.
if you don't know where a bunker is,
Yeah, I mean, come on. Let's at least make the apocalypse fun, guys. I mean, come on.
drug-resistant diseases. That's already
It's a
happening. It's just not
possibility, yeah.
apocalyptic yet.
Not yet.
Which kind of factors into Seawall's plague. I mean, one of the both. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Be about the same. I don't know. I'm hoping for like a clown apocalypse, so that'd be fun. Like zombie clowns. Zombie clowns. That's where I'm going with this. Detroit. Wait, Detroit or go in? What? It
Detroit,
is
Oregon. It is safe from
Detroit.
nukes. Why is Detroit,
Detroit.
Oregon?
Is there in Detroit and Oregon?
I'm far enough away from Chicago. Drop a bomb.
Yeah, well, we don't need Chicago anyway.
Yeah, that's one thing I want to do is get the hell away from a major city.
Yeah, I mean, luckily Orlando isn't. I don't think a prime target for anything.
Isn't it sad to be this evolved in this day and age? So technologically advanced, and we're still wondering where do we go to like be as far away from a nuclear strike as possible.
Well, honestly, in Florida, we should head south down to the Everglades
I'm going into the mountains where nobody.
or the Ocala National Forest.
You know, you got to go to the mountains. Nobody wants to go up in the
Yeah,
mountains.
but the mountains are too far.
No,
You
they're
can't
not.
get there. We can't get there quickly.
Sure, you can. It's
How?
very simple. Just shoot straight up 95 and then catch yourself
Okay. Good
across
luck
the.
driving. Good luck driving anyway.
Oh well, if you don't see the writing on the wall and you haven't left home. No, I'm talking about a permanent. That move. I'm talking about going up into the mountains whenever we move from here. So.
Oh, I'm talking about like it happened. Now move.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what.
I'm still
Yeah, that's
heading.
how I
I'm
was.
still. I'm still heading to mountains if I can find them. I'm not going anywhere where you're trapped on the fucking water. Islands won't be safe. Somebody will always come to an island because everybody will be
I don't
thinking,
know.
"Let's
They're
get up."
pretty. They're pretty inaccessible for the most part.
Unless you have what, a boat?
Yeah, how many people have boats?
And,
Not nearly as
in
many.
Florida, how many people need a boat when most if a bunch of people have died off? All you got to do is go to a coastal city, and there you have
All
it.
you gotta do. See again with this, like I'm just gonna go drive over the
What are
roads. Will
you planning on doing? How are
be
you
around.
planning on doing it?
I just told you.
You were going to go
Just fucking
south.
hoof it. I'm gonna hoof it.
Okay, so somebody's going to hoof it down to a Florida city where there's boats and get on a boat and peace out. You
Yeah,
know,
but it's not gonna be the entire population.
nobody said the entire population.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna be a small amount of people that
That's
will
what we were
have access
expecting
to
to
it.
be left after the apocalypse anyway. I'm
It's
just
an even
saying.
smaller amount of people who
I'm
have
just
access
saying.
to boats.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
If something
Plus,
bad
there's
now
lots of violence.
nuclear now if nuclear happens, yeah, I would probably head out.
Nuclear.
I would probably consider heading out on a boat and get out on the ocean, look for an island.
Zombies is a good idea too because they can't swim. So for zombies, it'll be good. Shelter with
Yeah,
a
well,
few months of food, water.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, obviously at first when all the chaos is happening, stay put.
well,
But
there aren't there levels of nuclear war. Like if there were just a few strikes, it wouldn't be as bad as if there were enough strikes to create a nuclear winter. I mean, a nuclear winter, you have no choice to be underground for
right, I mean, I
what,
think
like
we're
seven
assuming.
years.
I think we're assuming that the Earth is still habitable,
Right.
but the population has been largely wiped out.
Yeah, that would. I mean, we'd have to go with that. Kind of rules out the nuclear option, but
Midget B says maybe enough people die that there's boats for everyone. That would be
right.
socialism, and we're not going to have that shit in my apocalypse. Not in my apocalypse, damn it.
I want to say that it was back when I was in Seattle back in the '90s. I want to say that there were more boats in Seattle than there were citizens, residents.
That's stupid.
Well, no, there were people from outlying towns that kept their
Yeah, no,
boats
I,
there and
I
everything.
understand.
But you
Yeah,
understand, there were more boats per capita than any other city in the United States as it was.
Yeah,
But
that's on the literally the other side of the country from us, though.
sure, but
Completely irrelevant for us.
Florida is surrounded by water. Go.
Oh, you know what?
Have you ever been to
Pat-
Miami?
Patrick Air Force Base would be a good place to go too.
Have you ever been to Miami?
No, I've actually never been that far south.
If you go down to Miami and this the the intercoastal waterway,
Hmm.
I stayed at a friend's apartment there, and it looked out over the intercoastal, and it's just all day long boats back and forth, all day, dozens upon dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens, and then more dozens of boats. I mean, it's
I
just
don't
like
think of avoiding a military base is assuming there's still a military there. I mean, it'd be a good place to hang out and get food and
it's also going to
lots of
be a
people with lots
target
of
for.
guns around.
But that's the kind of place that's going to be a target for more survivors to head to. So
Well,
remember,
yeah,
the scariest part about the one of
there's
these
other people, but
apocalypses is going to be other people.
yeah.
So you don't want to go somewhere where everybody's going to go. That's
Well,
why I
I mean,
thought
there's a reason why everyone's
weapons
going there.
distributors are a smarter place because less people are going to have any idea where those are at or where to look for them.
Except for the people who work there and who
Except
know how to
those
get there
people.
faster.
But we're gonna play the numbers and expect that they're part of the population wiped out,
Hopefully.
or hope, and then make an attempt to get there first. They are too tempting for any Joe Schmo military rule, and the highest ranked officer will likely be a warlord. Absolutely,
That's
yeah.
right.
The groups that are going to set up immediately after are going to be some scary stuff. Don't want to be around for that. Want to avoid groups of people completely. Just my little group that I've got with me, and just stay away from every fucking buddy else.
Oh my god, could you imagine your stepdaughters surviving the apocalypse and trying to run around with them?
I'm gonna say this without trying to color it too much, but your question was, could I imagine? No,
Let's just say they're not going
I don't
to.
imagine them surviving at all.
Right. I'll make sure of it. Mobile
I
base.
just said no.
That would
I've
be kind of
never
cool.
imagined it. No,
Right.
I'm just trying to.
Can't imagine any scenario where they might survive. And you at the same time, obviously, because if you don't, then and they do,
See, I
then
like
you might.
Seawall's idea about the train. That's a good thing because that is one way to get across the country. Now you may run into situations, because of, one thing that's going to happen immediately is all maintenance that goes on is going to be stopped, right? So that's not going to be happening.
Yeah, I mean, a
Uh,
little bit of the track gets destroyed, and you got to take it off the track and put it on the next set of tracks, and then
yeah,
keep going after that.
you just fix the tracks, but um,
You just fix the
let's.
tracks real quick. You just hold E until the little bar goes around, and then it's fixed, right?
You don't know how to lay track.
Fucking asshole. No, I don't know how to fucking lay track. I know how to lay
It's
pipe. That's about it.
Yeah, but you're probably a novice at both. I get it, but it's
Yeah,
pretty simple concept.
even less so for track because I would have no idea.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
yeah. It's not some major feat of engineering. I mean, it is. It takes a moment. You got to really look at it and figure it out. But push a
you
maintenance
guys
car
are
in
you
front of
guys are
you, and
ridiculous. None of these things would ever happen. You would never get that far.
why? Who's
You're like,
going to
yeah,
stop us?
I'm just gonna get like an aircraft carrier that flies like in the Avengers, and then I'll be safe
Uh,
there in the sky.
sir,
It'll be fine, guys.
that's called a helicarrier. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't know the fucking technical term
Well, you should.
for shit that doesn't exist.
This this would be a multi-year project. Yeah, see, it's not like this is an overnight.
Obviously, yeah,
Now,
but oh my
now
god.
there is a lot to be said for pre-planning, and
Sure, absolutely.
that's why you've got to watch for the writing on the wall. So when the Antichrist has been reborn, is when you start preparing, right? Or is elected for a second term.
You know what's
If you
funny is
know
my
these
mom
things,
my mom genuinely thought Barack Obama was the Antichrist. Like she wasn't joking or anything like that. She legitimately thought that Obama was the Antichrist. It was the weirdest thing I've ever heard from her because usually she's a completely rational person, but I don't know for some reason
Yeah,
she thought he was the
see,
Antichrist.
Sewell, you need to start. Yeah, are you taking
See
notes
what I
on this
mean?
anywhere else? Taking notes.
Like you got all the ideas. Let me see the armored
What do
train.
they? What would you?
Let
What
me
do you
see it.
call the little? Is it? Would it be a turret? Like if you had a little place up on top of the rail car, little place for someone to go up in where they could have a 360 shooting area. What would you call? What do they call those? What would you call that?
It's
Like a
just
little
a
cruiser.
mounted gun, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but if
It would-
even,
I don't
but
know if it would count as a turret. Maybe it would be a turret.
it would like the
I
top.
don't know.
Yeah, so
I know exactly what you're
like
talking
a
about.
metal top over it as well to protect. But
Yeah,
so you get
I know what you're talking
360
about.
degree from the top firing arc, and well, I guess it's
We're
not
gonna
an
put
arc if
laser
it's
beams on the
360.
front so
No,
we can burn things that fall on the
I'm
track.
just thinking of ways to protect the train.
Cupola.
Uh, a, a, there, the
Cupola?
cupola.
Is that what
It's
it's
a
called?
cupola. Yeah.
I mean, I
I
would
knew
trust
there was a
Midget B to
tech.
know
I
this
knew there was a
stuff.
technology. Turret is close, but the turret is an open thing, isn't it?
A turret is a part of a castle.
What there's more than one term use for turret.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, there is. There's a more modern use
Yeah.
for it.
Can you stop trying to fucking troll the
No,
show, you piece of shit?
no, because you guys are just like, oh my god, so we're gonna build this
Oh,
massive
you mean
base,
we're
and it's gonna
sitting
be
here?
super defended and
Wait,
awesome,
wait.
and no one can ever get in, and no girls allowed,
So what you
and
mean
you know.
is we're
Meanwhile, it's just a pillow fort.
we're shooting the shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we're
exactly.
shooting the shit. Thanks.
Mhm.
John, why do you have to be such a fucking buzzkill? Like he's like, oh look at all their fun, cool ideas. Crash, crash, crash! Stop!
Here
I'm
comes Captain
Godzilla. I'm
Cynicism.
Godzilla.
Captain Cynicism to the rescue. Yeah.
Thanks, John.
You know what?
You're
Two
fun
multi.
to
You
have.
see what I mean? Oh, you need anti-air and anti-personnel turrets. So you gotta have. Seawell is gonna have like like a mile long train by the end of
Wait,
this.
hold on, Seawall. Do you think the aircraft is going to be necessary? I mean,
Of course it is.
are we going to
You gotta
be?
be able to shoot down the helicarrier, right?
No, not the helicarrier.
No, you have to
John,
shoot it down though.
we're talking about something real here. Trains are real. Trains are real. Have you never seen Mad Max? Is that
Yes,
what
I've
it
seen
is?
Mad
The
Max.
original, like
No, I have seen
any of
it.
them? Yeah.
I have seen.
So
Yeah,
you
I've seen Mad
understand
Max.
what it's gonna be like, right?
I understand what you guys are talking about. I just don't think not any of you guys are capable of it. Prove me wrong.
We're gonna shave your beard and we're gonna make you be the guy that's chained up to the front of the fucking
Yeah, with my ass
Cadillac
hanging out.
yeah, with your ass chaps on.
Yeah.
Uh, you'll be up there just screaming. We'll cut you a little mohawk out of there.
That's right. First person to bring a gallon of gas gets 10 minutes with me. Yeah.
We call him Screamer. Ultralight aircraft will be used for scouting. I could see that. I could see the
Yeah.
ultralight. Yeah.
Little Cessnas and whatnot. Those will
I
be
think
fun to fly.
I think it'd be important to find jetpacks. We know they're
Oh my
out there.
god. See what I mean?
So how beneficial
When you're
would it
gonna
be
get
to
fucking, you're
how
gonna
ben,
get those like Warhammer suits and shit,
how benef,
40K suits,
how beneficial would it
be
be to
like
go to
Marines.
someplace like NASA?
Probably not very.
No.
No, all their shit's from like the 60s and they're garbage.
Oh, you mean they just stopped inventing anything in the
Yeah.
60s? They haven't built anything. Okay, John, space shuttles much? I mean, they do things, okay?
Yeah, when was the last space
NASA's
shuttle
still
built?
there. And
Yeah, they're still there.
they're still doing things, John. They build
When was the
things that
last
go
space
into
shuttle built?
space still. I
When
mean,
was the last space shuttle built?
I don't know. Sometime before the fucking remote control robot that they've got on Mars.
That's a long time ago.
I mean, yeah, but they
Will only
just
be good for
continue to
access to the satellite grids, and we can hang out on the landing stage. You know?
access to the satellite grids. But I bet you they would be a good place to get food.
Well, yeah, you can get the dried, like astronaut food.
Yep, because everybody else will be going to the military bases for the MREs. You go to NASA, you get the freeze dried stuff that'll last even longer.
Yeah, that's true,
And
Seawall.
it makes it.
Once you have the codes, you can tap into the network, so you can get the elite hacker known as 4chan to
And
go over there and hack into the system, hack into the mainframe. Or you can hack their we can hack their OS.
um,
Oh my
the
god.
other good thing about the astronaut food is it'll let us float.
Yes, yeah, that
Because
is what
every
it
time
does.
I've seen them eating that shit, they're always
And they're floating
floating,
around.
right?
Yeah,
It's some Willy Wonka level shit they're eating. But the ice
yeah.
cream, it's not the ice cream. The ice cream
Oh,
doesn't
that
do
ice
it.
cream is actually pretty good though.
It is.
At least I was when I was in like fifth grade and we got to eat it. I forget
It's a,
why.
it's only good from a nostalgia standpoint now. To be honest with you, because
I haven't
I
had
have
it
the girls,
since
so
like
we've
fifth
been to
grade.
Disney. They sell it at Disney,
Oh yeah, yeah.
so
Fair enough.
I've
Yeah.
gotten it for them, and like I said, yeah, it's really a nostalgia thing.
Isn't it basically just like Dippin' Dots but like dried?
It's
Dippin'
kind of
Dots
the
are pretty
same.
good
It's
though.
kind of the same flavor, yeah, flavoring,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Just, but yeah,
Dehydrated Dippin' Dots.
it doesn't feel the same when it melts in your mouth anymore. It doesn't feel.
Yeah.
It's kind of it leaves a filminess, which shouldn't be.
Filminess.
It's hard to explain. You know, it's kind of it's okay. Actually, it's kind of gross now. I mean, yeah.
I like how you just changed your mind in the middle of talking
I
about it.
don't
It's
even
like,
want to
I
eat them.
just convinced
You know
myself
what?
it's
I'm
gross.
just gonna go with the memories, and I don't need to try it anymore for nostalgia's sake. But I will recommend something. Speaking of Disney and eating, man, if you ever go to the Magic Kingdom in Old Town when you first get in the park, when you
Uh-huh.
walk in Old Town, there's this little place at the end of the boardwalk, and it's called Casey's. It's a Casey at the Bat theme, baseball theme, old time baseball, 1920s, 1900s, whatever.
Baseball's gay.
But they make this foot long barbecue dog, and they put the dog down, and it's got some cheese, and then they put this really fucking good coleslaw on it. Excuse me, pulled pork first, and then coleslaw, and then drizzle this barbecue sauce over it.
Mm.
And it's like this fucking big. I mean, it's fucking huge, right? Foot long, big and thick
Yeah.
and round, and
Nice and
it's
girthy.
$10.
That's actually not bad for Disney.
It's one of the cheapest hot dogs I've ever eaten for the quality.
Hmm.
If you ever go, I strongly recommend that you have one of those things. The barbecued pork dog.
It does actually kind of sound good. I was trying to think of a way to make it sound bad, but no, that
I've
sounds
even
amazing.
and I'll tell you, I've even been to another hot dog place where they have one that's kind of similar.
Yes,
Right.
Killdozer. See,
Yep.
while I was talking about the Killdozer. Fuck yeah,
Killdozer guy.
that
Yeah.
dude was a fucking hero.
Yeah.
Killdozer.
Killdozer.
Hell yeah. Mm.
That would be kind of fun though. Have some twisted metal type
And J.
apocalyptic
Edgar,
things
yes.
going on.
Robert can definitely eat it in one bite. In fact, it won't even be a bite. It'll just be
What?
like
What?
the hot dog you're talking about.
No, no. It is no. You can't even. I can't even open my mouth wide enough to stick it in, and I can fit a lot into my mouth.
Ha.
The check my Yelp.
Gay.
Check Yelp. Um, but
Jesus.
but no, I couldn't. I couldn't even get my mouth around it to take a bite. It's a knife and forker. You've got to eat this thing with a knife and fork.
Oh, like a faggot. Oh
No,
no.
it's either that or you're wearing it. You're gonna wear it
Yeah, fair
because
enough.
literally there's got to be 2 inches of pork and slaw just sitting above the level
Slaw.
of the bun itself. I mean, it's a monstrous thing. I mean, you look at it and you're ashamed to be American. I mean, it's
Ashamed.
the excess that we are. I just look at it and I'm like, oh God, what have we come to? Now leave me
Look
alone
at
while I
Seawall.
devour this.
Seawall's over here
The
playing
Tank Museum. Now a
playing
tank.
what's it called? Arma 3 over here. Got to
Wait,
run to this side and run over here, and you got to run over there.
what about
It'll be fine.
wait? What about DARPA?
What? DARPA?
Yeah,
DARPA. Why does that sound familiar?
try to get more
DARPA.
Shermans with a 150 howitzer. Yes, the Sherman would be nice. Can we get two? I want one.
Shermans aren't actually that good of a tank.
You know
They
what?
were just.
Let me guess. Oh, I like the Panthers.
What? No, well, okay. First of all, yes, the Panzer was a. It was a better tank. The thing with the Sherman was it was cheaper, and they could make a shitload of them really fast.
What were the
That's why it was better.
What were the Tiger tanks?
Those were also German, I
Were
believe.
they German
Seawall would
Tigers?
know way better than I would.
Were they? I'm pretty sure Seawall was one of the first ones down. DARPA.
Yeah. No way, dude. Because there was that one quote from the forget who it was. It was some German officer, some German tank officer, and he was like, the Panzer can defeat four Sherman tanks, but the Americans always seem to have five, like that,
That
which is
is
true.
such a lazy way out of being a loser.
If we're still fantasizing about this, why not just go over to Nellis and steal the pre-war bomber? Why pre-war bomber? Why don't we just go steal, like, I don't know, whatever new technology we have? Let's just go to
Look at
Area
Seawall.
51. I know, I know, I pissed him
You've
off.
triggered. Damn it! We couldn't get out. We couldn't get out of the show without triggering somebody. God damn it.
No, let's just go to Area 51 and we'll hang out with the aliens and just, go to their planet. Fuck off from this one.
I don't know.
Why not just do that?
See, I'm hard
I
pressed.
think that's a better idea.
Do you, yeah, you got to go somewhere with guns, but then you also got to go somewhere where there's a lot of technology.
Yeah, Area 51, like I said. We'll just go over there,
Not
hang out with the aliens,
Not alien
and
technology.
then we'll just go fuck off to their planet.
Not alien technology.
Smoke some crazy alien drugs. It'll be awesome.
If I wanted alien technology, I'd go to South California or Texas.
No, Area 51, that's the place to go. Playing New Vegas earlier.
All right, John.
I was a fan of New Vegas. I liked New Vegas.
Yeah, no, you didn't. You told me you didn't.
I did.
You said I don't care. I'll kiss Jagger's ass, but I didn't really like the game. That's what you told me the other day.
All right, well, you didn't have to tell him that.
Yeah.
God damn.
Hey, before we go, because we're gonna go, John.
Fine.
Once again, what's happening on the 19th? What's happening Good Friday?
That would be our 12-hour stream for St. Jude, doing a charity stream for St. Jude's Hospital. It is possibly also the day that I will be shaving this glorious beard live on the air, if we reach our goal of $1,000.
Do we have to wait until the 19th for donations to come in?
No, we don't. You know why? Because there's a link to the GoFundMe in the description, right down here. If you just scroll down after the stream, scroll down, and you'll see it. It's in there. And while you're over there, might as well follow us on Twitter and Discord. You can join our Discord server as well. I mean, it's all in the same little place. You don't have to go anywhere extra. Just, click.
3 different sites.
Well, yeah, you just click, open 3 different tabs. You'll be all right.
And now they're
You'll
going
survive.
somewhere else. I don't want you misleading anyone, John.
Well, you don't have to scroll anymore. Just 3 clicks.
It makes sense.
That's all it takes.
You were just talking about alleviating the scrolling that can be so
Right.
detrimental.
It's carpal tunnel inducing scrolling that can happen.
It is.
Ow, oh, my wrist. Oh, I need a wrist protector. Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
Somebody's not jerking off enough. That's all I know. That's what I know. This is what I know.
Yeah.
Did I say that out loud? Anyway.
No.
Hey, we got another show coming up on Friday night. We're going to be running around 8:30. We'll be popping a show out there. And
You.
after outside of that, John, hey, maybe we'll have a good idea of we can do some name dropping on Friday about who might be on the stream and
Yeah, I hope
whatnot.
so by then.
I mean, I know we got Jay Edgar. Jay Edgar said he's going to be there
Yeah, we
because
got Jay Edgar, we got Stephen Ignoramus, we got
My gun garden up against his gun garden.
that's right. And we got Scott W. said he'll be on again. Remember him, our senior chief friend who called us idiots about guns, which was true. I mean, he was right. Uh, so yeah, we know he's confirmed. I'm sure Seawall would like to drop by. Maybe we can go deeper into this apocalyptic prepper, doomsday prepper stuff. Maybe he'll be on. Who knows?
Sweet. All right,
Yeah,
folks, keep your eyes out on Twitter because John's going to be popping that GoFundMe charity event for St. Jude's going on. It's going to be out there. So if you happen to see it,
I didn't agree to that.
don't be afraid to retweet that out there. The more people that know, the better off for St. Jude's on the 19th. Outside of that,
It's
John,
true.
I am no longer full of shit. I have shot enough. So are you ready to get the hell out of here?
You shot your whole rod of
I
shit.
I have shat my wad.
All right, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
All right, folks, have yourselves a good night, and we'll talk to you later. Peace out.
Yep. See you guys.